Alright. Hello, hello, and hello some more. This is JDX211 coming at you with another God of War Ragnarok playthrough. Now, Brock, of course, is over there swearing up a storm as usual. Now, last time, went to Muspelheim, did some errands for Odin, then came back around, and now here we are as Kratos again. And last time, we decided to do something very out of character. To ask the Fates for aid. The Norns, as Freya and them call them in this world. But still the Fates all the same. Or at least they're supposed to be. For right now, though, before we head off, let's see how these guys are doing. Spoke to Freya and Freya and Tyr before. Let's see how Sindri and them are doing.
Does it hurt?
Oh, this? Only when I worry.
Ooh. I can't say he was attacked, but wow, that is a pretty impressive bruise. Then again, Atreus, when he's in his bear form, has got to be a good 9 feet tall, probably pushing 1,000 pounds, probably pushing a solid ton.
How would Atreus get to Asgard?
I'm sorry, but you'd have to ask Odin. He's got control of every path. I know how highly you esteem our expertise on such things, so I'm sure that's disappointing. He's just been one step ahead of us.
All the relics that we've collected? So let's see, those are the relics. Kvasir's poems are over there. Anything new that we're back? Oh. Let's see. Midgard enchantment socket. Damage of all Kratos' ranged attacks and abilities based on his cooldown. Midgard, Vanaheim. I guess that would depend on what I have. Slashes forward with 3 against enemies affected with Sonic. And of course I have a superior resurrection stone. Yeah, they're not much. I'll go for it. Alright, so I do have it. Increases Manos' against status-afflicted enemies based on his luck. Man against... Wait. Okay, so these are the same. Okay, so these two are the same thing. And they increase... against status-afflicted enemies based on his luck, and they both have luck increases. So I'll definitely get both. So I'm definitely gonna want to get both of those. Well, they're not that expensive. Set bonus increases melee damage when health is above 75% based on defense. Niflheim, Helheim. Remedy of the Bifrost. Oh, these ones are all based on whether I have the 3 of them, but this one is based on... Obviously, I have a high enough defense. Successful attacks against enemies will cleanse small amount of Bifrost from... Oh, that is useful. But does it do anything besides that? No, it just makes me less susceptible to Bifrost. And I don't have, and it doesn't look like there are any new armors yet. And I only have 1 Asgardian ingot, so I can't upgrade my stuff. Or a petrified bone. Well, we're heading to Midgard, so I imagine we'll be dealing with a lot of raiders and such, so I'm actually going to equip that one so that I can fight them better. Luminous alloy. Huh.
And now, Freya?
Can't upgrade either of those.
Something in mind?
You're a good friend to have, Sindri. A little awkward at times, but a good friend. Now.
Hang on! I got something for you. Sindri!
Coming!
Before you go traipsing off into the dawn, I thought you'd like to have this back.
Phase shield.
Well, don't go getting too cheery about it. But you're welcome.
I've collected what we need to find the Norns. Shall we go?
Gifted to Kratos by his beloved wife Laufey.
Madam Niohogg, where have you
Niohogg. I suspect we may have consequences to look forward to.
So let's see. Double tap L1 to check an enemy and break their guard. How is that any different from the regular shield strike? Parry. Yeah, again, I don't see what the difference is. It's gonna take a long time to upgrade.
Squirrel.
Ah, Master
Squirrel.
Kratos, my apologies. Madam Niohogg's disappearance weighs heavily on my mind.
She a friend of yours?
Less a friend than another long-time tenant of the tree. She was here even before I arrived, and that was ages ago. To even think something could keep her away from her babies. Terrible, just terrible.
Alright, I know I was saying before that I wanted to get back to Midgard and check out the lake. But we're gonna need to streamline this, and I'm gonna need to try to keep myself focused, because there's obviously gonna be a lot to do in a whole new, well, not a whole new world, but a place we haven't been to in a while. So, laser focus. We are finding the Norns first and foremost.
We are certain Atreus could not still be in Midgard.
I was just there and found no trace. If Odin invited him, he must have provided a way.
No, that is not the only explanation. Tell me where we find these Norns.
I discovered some of their threads near the frozen lake. I stashed one for spellcrafting, but we may also use it to find them. Just remember, they really don't want to be found.
Well, at least things will be difficult for a change.
We should take your sled and head to the lake.
Midgard. How I've missed the freezing gusts and constant raider attacks.
Oh, that's because they believe Kratos is responsible for Fimbulwinter, and that killing him will end it.
Where would they get an idea like that?
From me, of course.
Of course.
In their defense, it was killing Baldur that kickstarted Fimbulwinter. So the logic isn't terrible there. Desperate. But hey, in a world like this, that's far from unreasonable. Snow still hasn't covered his grave. Poor pup. Specky and Svana. How y'all doing?
Come. Quiet. She is a friend. Now.
Better they get this from you. Once the wolves have the scent of the Norns, we'll just need to follow their lead.
I will open the gate. Stop whining.
Their fur is matted. When did you last brush them?
They are wolves.
They're wolves, not cats.
And matted fur leads to disease. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you.
Brother, what exactly do you intend to ask the Norns?
How I may find my son. Nothing more.
You don't imagine it's a chance to clear up all this mess about prophecy? Perhaps get a second opinion on your alleged demise.
You didn't tell me you had a death prophecy?
When Atreus and I reached Jotunheim, we found a hidden mural. The giants, Freya herself, had foreseen our entire journey long ago. Who we would meet, who we would fight. All of it, as it happened.
But you aren't dead.
That image was from a time yet to come.
I see. You've never struck me as someone who fears death. That's not the problem, is it?
No. Death can have me when it earns me.
Then maybe it's not the future that bothers you. Faye sent you on your journey, and she made sure you'd see that image at the end of it. And you're still not sure why.
I wish to speak of this no further.
It's not that he's worried about dying. Like he said, the way he lives, he can't be afraid of death. Otherwise he'd never get out of bed. But he also knows just how dangerous this world can be. And he doesn't want to leave his son unprepared. Now,
Now that we are on the lake, how will we find the Norns?
Watch the wolves closely. See how their heads point the way?
Well, the Lake of Nine has certainly seen better days. Raiders have made themselves quite at home. Not sure I've been back to these parts since our great battle with Sigrun.
She speaks highly of that fight as well.
You know of that?
She told me all about it when she found me. She believed you could be an ally. Long before I believed it.
The Valkyrie Queen. An ally.
I'm the Valkyrie Queen, as Sigrun was stubbornly determined to remind me.
I should have guessed it was Sigrun helping you recover yourself. She's so loyal, wise, clever. Oh.
Doesn't take a love goddess to see where you're coming from.
Someone's got their attention.
This thread of fate we are tracing.
Brother, seems the wolves have led us here. I just hope the Norns are somewhere indoors, and warm. Safe to say, no, I have not missed Midgard in Fimbulwinter. Thank you.
Hyperion Grapple and Hyperion Pulls do extra damage and stun. Yeah, no, this looks like an arena. Burst of Rage and applies stun.
Watch your right!
Watch the fire!
Enemy behind you, Kratos!
Behind you, watch out!
Oh, jeez, that was just terrible. The hell happened right there?
This is the right area, but we can't go further on the sled.
I just hope the Norns are somewhere indoors, and warm. Safe to say, no, I have not missed Midgard in Fimbulwinter. Thank you.
We will see soon enough.
Watch the fire! Enemy behind you, Kratos!
Watch your right!
Incoming! Back here!
Why can't I run?
Incoming fire!
The Alpha!
This is what I was trying to do.
Last enemy.
That
The
sucked.
way forward is magically sealed. Something in here is giving it power.
Might I suggest the ominous broken gravestone?
Shut up, Mimir.
The hilt of a sword.
Brother, I know that sword hilt. Tread carefully. You of all people know how weapons can carry ghosts.
If it does not help us find the Norns,
Hilt of
it
King
can wait.
Cracky.
Let's keep looking. This way.
I mean, I know it's been a while, but jeez, that
I feel a
sucked.
trace of their illusions here. I can try to dispel it.
Let's... Okay. Oh, Misty Gateway.
Opnas.
Nothing.
There's nothing here.
A false trail.
I'm afraid so. We'll have to see what else the wolves can find.
Typical Nornish mischief.
They know we're searching. I warned you they wouldn't.
Cursed king have to do with any of it?
Distraction? Coincidence? Who knows? I suppose they'd say we were fated to find it.
Bad pun. Nope, no distractions.
You were asking about the thread we're tracking. The Norns use it to mark their way when they're outside of the well.
The Norns live in a well.
No. The Well of Uro, their home, is hard to explain. It's in no fixed place. Entrances come and go. A place wholly under their influence, where the intangible becomes tangible. Like being inside your own mind.
Ooh.
But if we go in together, are we in each other's minds? Not so sure I like the sound of that.
Mimir, have you encountered these Norns?
Not personally. Freya's right. They have ways of discouraging visitation. Odin made his share of efforts. Wouldn't talk about what he found. Either he gave up, or he wanted to forget what he saw. Freya, you mind telling us what you experienced when you sought the Norns last time?
To be honest, the details are hazy. Like waking up from a dream. Mainly, I remember that nothing could be done to change my son's fate. Which only made me more determined to try.
Alright, I'm here. I hear a crow.
Let's see. I feel something. In this direction.
Feel what exactly?
Another illusion. It's coming from this wall. The Norns are hiding something.
Well, I hear bingo.
Kratos, I feel the Norns over here. Are you ready?
Where are you? There.
Opnas.
Sheesh.
Nothing. Another dead end.
I wouldn't even call this a cave. This is just a crevice.
A trap!
Oh, wave of ice.
Enemy behind you, Kratos!
Behind you, brother!
It's too fast! Use your shield!
Nicely done.
Enemy behind you, Kratos!
Oh. Now that was more like it.
That's all.
A frost grandeur. Cousin of the flame grandeur, these beasts have opted to utilize ice in their attacks rather than their hot-headed relatives. Yeah, no, we fought one of these guys. Yeah, it's just the same, but it's just the same picture.
All of them. You know, this search will only get more dangerous.
Then we keep looking.
Back to the wolves then.
Yeah, no, that was a lot more how I expected that first fight to go. A few raiders
The
and
wolves have picked up another trail. Keep following their heads.
a few raiders and a couple of ogres should
Brother,
not
what of your story?
have given me such a
You
hard time.
faced the fates of your homeland, yeah? Ed Righteous Fury part. The part where it said you travelled back in time itself to win a battle once lost. It's strange credulity, obviously. I mean, a rumour about Thor knocking the world serpent back in history from Ragnarok is one thing.
It is the truth. The threads of fate span all life and time. The Sisters of Fate abused their power. When I challenged them, they threatened to undo my existence.
Ugh.
So I killed them and turned their power on Zeus.
That's the most dangerous and irresponsible thing I've ever heard. These Norns have no such magic, nor does anyone in these realms that I've ever seen.
Aye, can you imagine? If it existed, Odin would have it. And if Odin had it, we'd be 5 shades more fucked than we are already.
I would not ask them to change the past, even if they could. I only want information.
And that's quite dangerous enough, in my experience.
True that. I wouldn't quite say that they abused their power, but I
We
will
need to
say
work our way up. This way.
but I will say that they certainly made it a point of screwing Kratos over. Alright, really quick, just gonna get this out of the way. Now, where's the rest of them? They probably are further up.
There. Can you cut a way through the ice?
Oh, are the Norns making magical ice walls now?
No. I think the water just froze.
Huh. I swear I saw right here. there's another one. So where's the last one? Smash! There it is. Just gotta go all the way back to the bottom and then go all the way back up. I hate backtracking like this. It's one reason why I just want to get the Norns out of the way. How in the world did I miss that? I mean, it's one thing like when we got Freyers. It's one thing like why we haven't gone back with Freya back to like Niohogg. Because now, even though we could use her sigil magic to, you know, to open up like the ways or there, to like the rune slate, she can open those up for us now, and now we can also burn away the leaves that we couldn't open, so we couldn't open things before. But what would be the point of that when, of course, we still have more tools that we still have more tools to unlock? Gonna do all of that in one go. Uh-oh. That's a tossable rock.
More of your friends.
I didn't tell them to be here.
Above you! Fire! Take it off, man! We've got this!
I don't know what the Norns did to trick all these raiders into guarding them. Not that they have any idea that's what they're doing.
Oh, I hear a bird. In there? Oh no, there's a treasure chest in there.
Thank you for your help. I know this was not your focus.
The sooner we find your son, the sooner you'll be able to focus. I just hope it works.
Just the same. Thank you.
A fine sentiment, but write her a bloody note when we're out of the cold, brother.
Rude. Alright, gonna have to come back for that. Oh. Alright, there's a zip line down there, so I'll wait. So I'll head back down there for that later. It's a big fellow over there. Might be better if I have this equipped if I'm gonna have to deal with that big guy. There, now see?
Okay.
Why was that so easy?
It's stronger this time. Over here.
Now see, compared to the first encounter we had, that one was relatively easy.
This way.
Freya, don't be a backseat gamer. And where is that damn bird? There you are. Few more and we can head back to the tree. Alright.
Open us. We found it.
Ah, isn't it always the third place you look?
Alright. Now. Now, if we have one that increases the damage of burn, how come we didn't get one that increases the amount of frost that we generate or something? What's that number?
Is everyone hearing that creepy whisper?
It is like an itch in the mind.
It means we've stepped into their domain. Be ready for anything.
Illusions.
Projections, possibly. But assume nothing. There's no telling what manner of creature they've made unwitting guards.
Delightful.
Well, some dark elves from the looks of it.
Kratos, Ghost of Sparta, Bane of Olympus, Destroyer of Fate, Cruel Striker, Bringer of War, Weapon of the Gods, turned against his creators. He chases a redemption he knows he can never deserve. He cannot change.
Right. Can I just say that besides a couple of big hits, that was probably the easiest travel I've ever taken down. Travelers are zealous worshippers who follow the path, whatever the path is, a mysterious warrior code that promises glory, fortune, and enlightenment awaiting them in Jotunheim. The path is the invention of Odin in order to trick a large number of warriors into finding a way into the home of the giants. They're as strong as they are devout and should never be taken lightly. While the armor crafted is certain finesse to them, heavily reinforced and cumbersome, getting through is often the biggest challenge while facing these fanatical bastards. True.
Are we in our own minds yet? He certainly seemed real enough.
I hate to tell you, the parts in your mind will be real too.
There's something I need to check. Let me see. Barely. It just started that one. Phantom Pain. Gullion. Stalkers. Travelers. Rage Unleashed. Violent Axe. Ledge Drop Attacks. Tree Swung. Rocks Thrown. Prove upon the simplicity of a large heavy rock, hurling it forcefully at the enemies arguably. Try it and see. Okay, so it doesn't have to be at an enemy. Just has to be done.
Seems he was guarding that way outside.
This place almost looks familiar, but different. Like a confused memory.
A rather hostile memory at that.
These fates should know I will not be deterred.
Yeah, no, besides, you know, there being light elves here, you'd think this was right outside. Yeah, no, this is the place where this is literally right outside Freya's house. We came this way back when we ran away from home back when we were Atreus. I remember because I walked right underneath that bridge.